Hi guys, Derpy Moose 99 here, back with lucky episode 13 of Banished with megamod 8. What we're going to be doing today is continuing to build our dairy production up over here. We started some of it hidden in the trees here, and we're gonna well, it looks like our seed trader is gone. So we're gonna put in a farm supplier. Hopefully it fits in the same spot, which it does. And this will do seeds as well as animals, since we've built some pastures up here. I'm thinking cows for additional milk to help our dairy effort. We'll continue building our second forest community here, get some more housing in there. We're probably way behind on housing. Yeah, look, according to the Colonial Hall here, we're 35 short on housing. So we need to get on that pretty smartly, or we'll lose our growth curve that we've got going on here. We are up to 435 citizens, which is almost a third of the way on our journey to 1,500. And this, I find, once you get 5, 6, 700 citizens, it grows pretty quickly. Which means we're kind of in a race here. Our food is, okay, sort of right now, but we're going to have to be continually building farms and orchards. Probably some more fishing and some more rice. The dairy will help a little bit, just to keep up with our population, because the way I like to play anyways, I like to keep the population growing as much as I can. At least until you get up near the 1,500 mark. Um, and to me, that's part of the challenge, is to stay, even or ahead of your population growth with your food and all the other infrastructure. Also, in the last episode, we had some pathing issues where people ended up way up here. Some bannies actually died on the way back of starvation. I think it was because, just thinking about it, I built this bridge here just because I eventually sort of, we want to get over in this area. The edge of the map has mountains, so even if you're playing on a super flat map, you always know that you can build mines over on the edge here. So I built this bridge here just as a step of getting over here. And I think the way they work, they come, magically transport themselves across the river, work on the other side of the bridge. And I think maybe some of the workers were doing that and then path back up north, looking for a way back. So that's my current theory on why that happened. So I think, I don't know, just at risk of losing a few more people, just to test that, let's throw in another bridge over here just to get us closer to those mountains and see if that actually makes a difference. So, or not makes a difference, but actually causes the same scenario. Just set this up with a little stockpile too. Okay, so we've got farm supplier, our other farming community, the dairy piece. So I think because we're so far behind on housing, let's lay a few more out just so, you know, just so we go from a ridiculous build queue to a totally ridiculous build queue. So there's 2 more coming in there. That's 8 over there. Now those are salt bucks, so let's keep that city block the same. All right, 9 bunch here. Yeah, let's see how we roll with that. Now we can get up to, say, 40 builders and 8 laborers. We've got 3 houses going in there. Okay, I kind of want to get this dairy going, so I don't know if I prioritize that, I'm gonna get all that removal too. Well, now if I remember correctly, we put a couple of warehouses in and some milk pans, but we didn't put. Okay, so that's going to get us milk, but it's not going to get us anything beyond the milk. And I think if I recall, if we look at one of these bakeries here, so we're going to want cheese would be a good thing. Make some cheese bread with the flour. Oh, here's an interesting thing too. I think we have walnuts and I think we have apricots, although I don't know if we've planted them yet. So let's try and remember the walnuts and the apricots. Once we plant those, we can start making nut bread and fruit cake over here in the bakeries. And I think with my style of playing Banished fruitcakes, probably apropos. Okay, here. So we have a demarc there. We have 4 of these, I think. Okay, so we can just temporarily get rid of some of that for a moment. All right, so that's the 4 and there. So I think let's look at food and refining. I'm pretty sure there was a yeah, it's a milking barn, a dairy parlor. I haven't done these too much, so let's put 2 of those in and reestablish our clearing order here and do our prioritization. All right, so that'll give us the milk pans, or at least a start anyways with 8. A couple of these dairy parlors just to see what they do. Not too familiar with that end of the megamod, so we'll check it out. All right, this one looks like he's not set up, so let's do that. And what do we want that you bring? Let's go iron, log, stone, and steel tools. Do you do coal? No, we need to remember to set up additional coal suppliers too, because we turned over our smithies over to steel tools, which requires the coal in addition to the logs and the iron. And you need to be set up. And you do bring coal, so let's go coal, stone, and logs. Do you have any coal right now? No. Okay, thanks. Okay, we have around 50,000 food, so I'm using 50,000 kind of as our, kind of a marker right now to just make sure we try and keep, above 50,000 spare food. We'll raise that sort of mental target as our population grows. And we're at 450 right now. Okay, one of our milk pans is coming in. So warehouse isn't quite ready, but the market's there, so let's start the herdsman up. We'll keep an eye on the herdsman tab even when we're in a different location. Okay. While I think of it, let's grow up our dock infrastructure. Just every time I remember it, I'll add a few in there. Let's throw a few more builders in. I'm a little bit crazy and I have like tons of stuff on the go, which is probably not the most efficient way to play. Probably what we should do is focus on what your builders can do. See, I've got 46 out of 159 builders on the go right now, which is probably a little bit crazy, but what the heck? Oh, did our bridge? No, it hasn't started yet. To keep an eye on this one, remember that's our pathing issue test, so don't need lamp oil at the moment. I think I might Um, Once we reach over here, because we have some workers here, not too far away, and I think this market will actually reach, yeah, we could put houses here. What I might do is just build a couple of mines here, not use them, but just have them for contingency. Say we run out of coal or forget to trade for coal or something dumb like that, or iron, we'll have some mines over there. So while I think of it, and just to add to our crazy construction queue here, if we're going to put contingency mines in, we're actually going to need to have some fuel. So let's go industrial fuel. Leave a little space and let's put, all right, remember where the warehouses are, son. I think over here we have industrial fuel storage and one of the specialty. So let's do that. So this fuel refinery, industrial fuel storage, we'll set that guy to use charcoal. Let's just sort of, I haven't checked that lately. Let's see where we are on inventory. So we have a ton of charcoal, like 3,400, which is more than we intended. Firewood 1766. So we're not trading as much in firewood anymore. We're using it more as, change to make up the difference. So yeah, it's not dire, not ideal either. So I'll tell you what, we'll leave the charcoal on, but we'll turn up the fuel refinery, fire him up, and start using some charcoal and see where we get to. If this firewood stock falls below, say, 1,000, now keep in mind there's a bunch in the traders as well. That means we won't be able to restock the traders very quickly. So what we might do at that point is turn down the kilnsman making the charcoal and find a spot to throw in some more sawmills. Now these water wheel sawmills need sort of a flat section. These are all curved. What do we have over here? This is up by the Trade River. We could probably put a few in up there, but they're going to be fairly far away from our log source. Um, so what we might do is we might put some just these kind of sawmills up in here if we need to increase our firewood capacity in the next little while. Okay, let's get back to running. All right, this is our barn that was demolished in the fire is starting to come back. Okay, we're at our 1,500 coat limit. Why don't we just make that 2,000? Okay, you're set up for coal. Now we bought that 1,500 coal. Wow, we've used over 500 already. All right, so why don't we, this coal is going to be pretty expensive, so maybe I will actually turn up a mine and start making our own coal. Okay, get rid of the perfume because we've got tons of flowers still. So perfume and the coats is 7,000. Okay. Not really the time to build some more fancy houses, so I think this guy's got coal as well too. That's good to know, but I think we'll let that go for now. Now, are these guys set up to buy construction goods? No, they're not. So let's throw in 8 there. And this guy, 8. All right, this guy's auto purchase isn't set up at all, so let's get our stone and iron are pretty decent right now, so we'll leave that on logs and construction for the moment. 46 builders and 27 laborers. That's getting better. And our food has jumped up to nearly 70,000. So my guess would be some of those orchards we started a few episodes ago are starting to kick in. Let's have a look at the cherries up here. Yeah, 2,300 cherries. Okay, these fields, this is starting to, I believe that's that one. Yeah, okay, so it's got all the materials. It just needs builders. Let's go up to 50. And our dairy is struggling, but we've got the ginormous build queue going on here, so. Once some of these houses finally start getting built, we should have a look and see how old the people or the families are moving in and see how far behind we are. Yeah, so this says we're way, way behind. All right, let's make the build queue worse. Why not? Now I wonder, I haven't checked this in a while, but have I derped out on lumber? So we've got full 3 in there. So let's have a look. No, 543. Let's up this to 1,200 just for fun. Okay, so lumber's not our constraint on the builds. It's got to be just builders. Now I bet you if we look at a bunch of these, you know what? I prioritized all this area, but why don't we narrow down our priority focus just for the short term? Let's get those houses going. So we'll run around and prioritize a bunch of houses and try and recover there. That's not going to cause super big issues being that far behind in housing, but it is going to slow our growth down. And our food is up considerably, or at least our stockpile of food. So let's get them houses going. These ones will probably build first, even though I prioritize the other ones. So you know what? Why fight it? Let's just go do those ones in the town center. Okay, let's look at our markets are doing pretty good, 2/3 full. That's much better than the 16% that it was before. All right, some traders coming in. Gilded merchant, nothing there. Assuming coal, still okay for the moment. And you need to be set up. We'll do coal, not coal. Log and stone. Thank you. All right, tools are back to our 300 limit. Actually, we have over 400 people. Why don't we make it a 400 limit? That's not a bad rule, actually, is have one tool spare for each adult, at least anyways. But we've got nomads, or we're going to take nomads when they show up. So it's good to have an extra stock of coats and tools for the nomads when they show up, because I think the first thing they do is rush off to the market and equip themselves with tools and clothing. All right, we got 25-year-old, 23-year-olds. So that's not horrendous, but it does show that we're behind on our housing builds. Oh, speaking of nomads. All right, so we get a massive queue, build queue. We're way behind in housing. So if you're way behind in housing, what do? You take 61 nomads in, because, you know, that's just what you do. So now we need 67 houses. Cool. Okay, let's go way up on builders here. About 90. It might be a shade high. Let's go 80. All right, so we got those houses. houses over here. So let's our usual strategy of building some dispersed housing. Let's bang some more in and see where we get to. Maybe some of them will even get built. Okay, we got a bunch there. Build some out this way. Now the ones in the central town got built. So, and we're probably going to need food. So let's throw a priority here and see what that does for us. Okay, let's look at our camera setup. So Z was that guy. Oh, while we're here, let's just grab this guy so I know where we're at with housing. X was that guy. Okay, so let's make this a camera of C. Z, X, C. Okay. We got a trader coming in here. Stone's sufficient for all the crazy queue we've got built up. Oh, what we should look at is building supplies 115 and homewares are 37. So should think about buying some extra homewares for those country homes that we built. Okay, dismiss you. Our food merchant, no thank you. Be nice to get this farm supplier up for some animals, but right now let's not prioritize that. All these poor homeless nomads running around. How are we doing over here? It's looking like this market wants to come up. Okay, we've got a trader. There's some homewares there. Let's just pick those up. Now we're gonna get rid of this perfume as always. And 7. Ha! Okay, math is improving at least for the moment. All right. I keep forgetting to buy tallow. We probably have decent candle supply though. So again, we're saving the candles and the lamp oil for mining upgrades. Oh, there is our marketplace. All right, so we'll start you at 4, I think. All right, that should move things along a little quicker up here. We got some houses coming in and the marketplace, so we should be able to get some focused building effort. So why don't we prioritize you, and then after the priority, let's lay in a big clear order. 64,000 food, so I'm not going to turn these farms on yet, but what we might do is let's at least get the rest of these underway. Keep telling myself don't add to the workload queue, but you know, I was a boss and that's what I do, so there you go. Now it looks to me, you know what, we're not going to put any farms in up there. We might save that for, you know, maybe some shore houses or something in the future, so let's let that go. That looks like a juicy priority target. Let's build those houses, guys. So I have far more builders than laborers, but you can see here all these houses have the materials. So between the few laborers we have relatively and sort of seasonal laborers, the laborers are actually way ahead of the builders. So I'm even going to bump that up to 90. Okay, it looks like we have an outbreak of dysentery. That'll be from our friends, the nomads. But I am not afraid as we have a hospital. Where is the... okay, no, don't go there. It's like I was saying in an earlier episode, they finish what they were doing before they take the job of going to the hospital. So this one is picking up resources. So it looks like they're going to pick something up from over here. I'm guessing logs or stone. Now they're visiting the doctor. Okay. So somebody else is infected. So hopefully you don't affect the whole world on the way past here. So, okay, a trader we need to set up. Now I set up quite a few for coal already, but I think we'll do one more. So coal, stone, and log every visit. Thank you. Okay, I feel like we're getting to the place on this one where we can start putting auto purchase in there. Yeah, see, just like I was talking about before, that they're walking diagonally here, but I just can't bring myself to build a ton of diagonal roads, so I'll just have to do that. Interesting. So we've got 4 joiners here with 2 each, so looks like we're keeping up to the trade demand, but we're certainly not building up any surplus, I don't believe. Let's check for sure. Yeah, 39 surplus. Okay, so we might think about expanding the furniture production here. All right, so I think what we're getting along to over half an hour here. There's another. Now, for 2 episodes, I've been trying to get this dairy farming area up, but I think the nomads kind of caused a little, or at least a short change of plans there to make sure we got housing. We do have coal, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think we're going to do a few more minutes, get some of these houses built, and then hopefully we can get to the point of some stability after that recent influx. Tools are 400. Iron and stone are pretty good. Logs are over 3,000. So I don't know if it's just the increased volume that the traders are bringing or the third trader that we put in, but our logs are starting to trend up again. Okay, so here's our fuel refinery. These are capable of 3 workers, but I'm just going to go 1 for now. And I'm going to make the limit fairly modest, so let's say 500. And instead of firewood, we're going to build from charcoal. So because we have no users right now of the fuel, this will just do the 500. And we built, or we are building a fuel storage here. Actually, we can put a little, not raw materials, industrial fuel. Put a small stockpile in, just so there's some place to put it while this is being built. Although, that might not get built before the other one, but there you go. Okay, that's up. Close our 2,000, that's enough for now. We've got some houses over here. Late winter, probably a good time to crank up our orchards. Now, I can't remember exactly where we got to. Mango, I remember saying mango. Did we do apricots anywhere? apricots there, so we did get the apricots. But if I remember correctly from our bakeries over here, let's have a quick look again. We wanted walnuts and apricots for nut bread and fruit cake. So why don't we make another apricot and a walnut. Oops, one more. Okay, and as these other orchards come in, maybe we'll add another walnut, say over here, give us 2 apricot, 2 walnut. That'll give us around 4,000 a year, which should be enough to make some fruit bread and some nut bread. Okay, now I'm going to run this one a little bit longer. Now I think we prioritized over here. Actually, that worked pretty good. Okay, industrial fuel storage. That's okay. All right, our town lodging is empty now. I don't know how long that's been emptied, but that means at least we're catching up on housing. Still says we need 37. Let's add a bunch more. Yeah, that's a lot of houses for the dairy. I think for right now, let's concentrate on adding into our farming community here. And let's go back to our country houses here. It's the loop, right? Build more houses so you have workers to man farms so that you can feed the additional workers. Oh, okay, the other thing I'm forgetting over here is we need to build our fire infrastructure, which is our roadless well. Although in this case the river's fairly close. And we need to put another schoolhouse in. Probably a little bit late on that, but better late than never. So we got houses, the school. Let's make this our priority for the moment. Okay, trader. Food's still good. Okay, now we got question marks because this guy was built. Okay, let's go 2 workers. And this is going to be for seeds, which we have a fair number of, but we'll only get a few more types of seeds. But also for animals, and they tend to be fairly expensive. So from an inventory perspective here, let's go 800 firewood. Let's go 600 perfume. Furniture, I don't know if we're going to be able to fill this order given the earlier discussion, but survival coats, we have a ton of clothes, so 200 survival coats and 200 wool coats. So if that doesn't buy us a good herd of cows, I don't know what the heck will. So, all right, guys, that seems to be a good place to stop. Lucky episode 13. I think we're in pretty good shape for the future. Let's have just before we go, 556 citizens. So, all right, that's over a third of the way. That's looking good. Okay, it's been Derpy Moose 99 here with episode 13 of Banished with megamod 8. Thank you very much.